bọ́jọ́ bá pẹ́ títí ọjọ́ àpín o bọ́nà bá jìnnà jìnnà àdópin o àti sáré àdópin aré àmàtìjìyà àdópin ìyà o àti sunsun àti kan ògiri ó má dìgbẹ̀yìn kọ́ lọ́tẹ̀ ìmọ̀ o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o.
ilé òní gbóná kárẹ́nu omi kọ́lé ayé òní kóró kálọ̀ dífá ọ̀run o láyé náà la ó wà títà ó fi ṣẹ́gun lójú àwọn ọlọ́tẹ̀ ẹkún akọjá òkùnkùn ajímọ́lẹ̀ fáwa ọmọ Yorùbá ọjọ́ ayọ̀ súnmọ́lé o.
Ó di láéláé pọ́npá ó mà di láéláé pọ́npá Yorùbá ò ní dọ̀bálẹ̀ ẹ̀fẹ́ nìkan ó di gbẹ̀yìn kọ́ lọ́tẹ̀ ìmọ̀ o.
yé ẹ dìde dìde bí ológun ẹ bá jàgà sílẹ̀ o ẹ rántí àtọmọdọ́mọ kò ní sún wa kò ní rẹ̀ wá bá ó fi ṣẹ́gun tẹni tó dé ó sàn ju ẹni tirẹ̀ ń bọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ò ní dídúró kẹ́dúró gbọ̀n kẹ́dúró gbọ̀n kẹ́dúró gbọ̀n 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 àtùpàgbé oníkànnì o bí ẹ bá sùn ẹ gbé ọjọ́ ayọ̀ súnmọ́lé o.
Bí a bá kú tí a bá jí a ó mẹ́ni rè fẹ́ràn ẹni bá ṣàìsàn wò ni yóò lè mọyì àlàáfíà bí a bá ṣaláìní ká tó wá ní a ó mọyì ìgbà bá ń fojoojúmọ́ jẹun ata ó dífá fún Yorùbá tí í ṣe ọmọ Odùduwà bàbá mi òkè gàgàgà tí í ṣe lépè lẹ́yìn aṣòótọ́ Ọ̀yọ́ Ìbàdàn Oǹdó Ìjẹ̀ṣà Ilé Ifẹ̀ o.
wá ohùn alóore Odùduwà ló ń pè.
Àkúrẹ́ Ọ̀wọ̀ Ìkàrẹ́ Ẹ̀yìn Èkìtì ẹ gbóhùn Ìgbé o.
wá ohùn alóore Odùduwà ló ń pè.
Ìbàràpá Ilé Ẹ̀gbádò Ẹ̀yìn Ọ̀ṣun ẹ gbóhùn Ìgbé o.
wá ohùn alóore Odùduwà ló ń pè.
Ẹ̀yin Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ Àlárẹ̀ o ẹ̀yin Ẹ̀gbá ọmọ Lísàbí.
wá ohùn alóore Odùduwà ló ń pè o ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ọjọ́ ayọ̀ súnmọ́lé o.
mo kí gbogbo ojú tó ń wò mí káàkiri ayé kò kí wa lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin lọ́mọdé lágbà nínú ilé yìí mo kí wa pa kú dédé àsìkò yìí àsìkò gbójú ọjọ́ ti rí ẹdẹ ojú bí bóun ló ti rí lọ́dọ̀ tí yín ẹ̀kọ́ àárọ̀ ẹ̀ka àsán ẹ̀kúrọ̀lẹ́ ẹ̀ka alẹ́ ẹ wá nǹkan fìdílé tàbí kẹ́ fìdílé nǹkan ara mi ìrírí o mo rórí ológbò látẹ.
Yoruba ni wọ́n, we should not forget that it is important. And if wọ́n carve wọn síbi tí wọ́n carve wọn sí, it wasn't their doing. They don't want it. Àbí ọmọ Yorùbá mélòó ló fẹ́? Àbí tá bá wò wọ́n ní Kwara, ṣé wọ́n fẹ́ kí wọ́n yọ àwọn kúrò ní ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn sisters wọn, brothers wọn ni? Àti Kogi náà, same thing apply to Kogi. It wasn't their doing, and so we should really support them. And a lot of our people should stop this. Because they are Muslim, they put themselves in that situation. That is not the case. Me, I didn't say it like that. It is not like that, and we should stop thinking like that and speaking like that. They need our support. I need lots of support. With any support, security-wise, we just have to show a helping hand to them. We cannot leave them because 2 over 4, they are, as they said, they are the buffer. I want the fence to one actually to one protect one. See, fence never go, then we are in big trouble. So God will allow fence here go because they are really in continuation shape. I believe we don't understand. So we cannot leave them. We have to support them. So I will stop here. Thank you.
All right, Babakari, please, so I'll let you speak now, sir.
Okay, you see, Tabanika wo ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ará wa nílẹ̀ Kwara àti ní Kogi, it is really unfortunate wípé abára wa níbi tá a lé ní. Ṣé tẹ́lẹ̀ rí ìkankan ní gbogbo wa, ibìkan lájọ wà, the same politics, the same everything lájọ run together. But as it is now, gbogbo ti yàtọ̀. So síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ náà ìyẹn ò ní ká máa ràn án lọ́wọ́, ìyẹn ò ní ká máa ràn án lọ́wọ́. A ní láti wá ọgbọ́n tá a máa dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ni. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí I think Yoruba First as an organization, àfìgbà kan fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kankan, a máa ń dìde sí wọn ní òrèkóòrè. Àti dá TYF sílẹ̀ ní Kogi, àti dá sílẹ̀ ní Ìlọrin, àti jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé we are one, ìkànnì gbogbo wa. Nígbà tí wọ́n attack wọn ní Kwara ń gbà yẹn, TYF náà nìkan ló gbéra tó lọ bẹ̀ náà, tí gómìnà gan òde ìlú yẹn, àwọn aláwọ̀ ìta lọ wá fún wọn ní nǹkan kékeré tí agbára wa ká láti ìwọ̀nba tí Ọlọ́run tó fi jí kí wa. Wọn láti fi ń bẹ àwọn Yorùbá wa náà tó kù pé kí wọ́n jọ kó ṣọwọ́ sí wa ní TYF ní ìwọ̀nba tí Ọlọ́run ti fún wọn ní agbára láti ṣe. Gbogbo tọrọ kọ́bọ̀ náà tàbá ti rí náà oníbi tá a máa ń owó báyìí náà sí, torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn náà ló ń gbà yẹn tí wọ́n ní oúnjẹ, tí wọ́n ní kankan tó ti dáná sun lé wọn, wọ́n tó pa bálẹ̀ wọn gbà yẹn gan náà. Gbogbo náà lọ fún oúnjẹ, ta fún láṣọ, ta fún ní gbogbo basic necessities tó ní ìdígbà yẹn. Àdúrà dẹ̀ ni pé kí Ọlọ́run máa ran ẹgbẹ́ TYF lọ́wọ́, torí iṣẹ́ pọ̀ lọ wa gidi gan. Then a ti tún pàrọ̀ rán sí àwọn gómìnà wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wípé kí wọ́n á fìgbà kan fi àwọn tó kù sílẹ̀ ní òkè nílùú Kwara àti Kogi lọ́hùn, nítorí pé àgùntàn wọn ní àgùntàn ní ohun mi ò ní bóyá ń pa òun yẹn, mo ti gbàgbé òun yẹn ṣá, ṣùgbọ́n mo try sọ ní pé ìkànnì gbogbo wa ṣé yẹn ń sìn sọ àlùsọ pé torí pé wọn sí ní state South West lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tó wà yìí, ká ní pé wọn àwọn ìṣe ara wa ni wọ́n. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ máa fún wa ní ògùn àti agbára àti ìmọ̀ àti òye tí a lè máa fi kàn sí wọn ní òrèkóòrè. Àwọn náà kan gba nọ́mbà wa sílẹ̀ náà wà lórí ìkọ̀kùn sí wa yìí lórí WhatsApp. Ó wà ń bẹ̀ wọ́n lè kàn sí wa ní ìgbàkúgbà kí wọ́n bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, kí wọ́n jọ kí wọ́n máa kàn sí wa, kí wọ́n máa bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ bí nǹkan ṣe lọ ní ọ̀dọ̀ wọn sí, sódà dáwà bá ti ń gbọ́ a lè máa bá àwọn gómìnà wa àti àwọn aṣojú wa àtàwọn olórí wa ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, a máa bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ pé kí wọ́n jọ kí wọ́n bá máa kàn sí àwọn èrò wa ní òkè nílùú Kogi àti Kwara, kí àwọn náà kọ́ má lè jìnnà sí wa, torí Yorùbá ní pé ní táwọn fẹ́ onílé máa ń jìnnà, ṣùgbọ́n a fẹ́ wọn, a nífẹ̀ẹ́ wọn tọkàntara. Èdè kan a ṣe ń sọ tí Jésù bá padà ní ọjọ́ ìní báyìí sìn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìgbìmọ̀ nígbàgbọ́ tí mo jẹ́ mọ̀ pé kò ní wọ́n máa gbó wọn bí ọmọ Yorùbá náà ni wọ́n, torí òun fúnra ẹ̀ ló yàn wọ́n àti Yorùbá láti òde ọ̀run wá, kí á tó dáyé ló ti fi wọ́n ṣe Yorùbá. So pé wọ́n pín ilẹ̀, wọ́n yálẹ̀, kò lè yà wá. Kí wọ́n jọ kó má jìnnà sí wa ní ìgbàkúgbà, kó máa dó sí wa, kó máa pàrọwà sí wa, kó máa rọ̀ sí wa. Àwọn náà ṣe kí ni a máa ṣọwọ́ sí wọn, a dẹ̀ máa fún wọn ní ọgbọ́n àti ìmọ̀ àti òye tí wọ́n lè ta, tí wọ́n fi ní ààbò tí ó péye lórí wọn. Ẹ ṣeun.
I want to commend the governors of the Southwest for taking action in order to try to work on our security architecture. I also want to beg them and urge them that they need to talk to the leaders in Kogi. I'm talking about the Yoruba leaders in Kogi State and in Kwara State, because it's very disheartening to see our people crying online while they see the Southwest governors taking action on how to protect the Southwest, and they are not safe. I know that they are in a different geopolitical location, but it's very, very disheartening, and it saddens me to watch them helplessly, not knowing what they need to do. And also, I want to urge them to start talking to their own leaders, because they need to understand that they have to start protecting themselves from the local level. So I know they already have vigilantes. I know they are already using them to the best that they can, but I'm begging our leaders, including our Obas, all our leaders across Yoruba land, either the ones are in government or the ones that are not, they should all please work together and try to safeguard our people in Kogi and Kwara State. And also, we shouldn't forget our people in Edo State and Delta State. Just because nothing is happening there right now doesn't mean we should wait till something happens before we react. So I'm begging our governors, I'm urging them, and all our leaders, all Yoruba leaders, especially the Obas, it's time for you now to please start to work as the collective for the protection and the prevention of all sort of damages or any kind of evil in Yoruba land, because it actually there you to get ẹjọ́ abẹ̀yìn ni àròyìn ni.
Ìgbà tí àwọn Yorùbá abẹ̀yẹn àwọn Yorùbá pure Yorùbá àwọn náà control politics in Kwara State. In fact, by 1984, the UPN Ẹgbẹ́ Awólọ́wọ̀ òun ló win the election, governorship election Kwara State. And that was a big problem in Kogi State, in Kwara State, old Kwara State. Mo ṣe máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ náà nìyẹn tá máa ti rí pé ṣe yẹ kí n sọ bí àwọn Fulani aristocrats ṣe máa operate. Tó máa ti rí pé àjòjì ló ń govern Nigeria, tí òun ṣe ara wọn ló ń govern Nigeria, president Nigeria. Tó máa ti rí pé something is about to change, wọ́n ti ń lose agbára wọn at the state or federal level, wọ́n máa orchestrate chaos. Wọ́n wà very brutal gan o. They orchestrate chaos like they did under Jonathan. So chaos yẹn wọ́n lọ gbé Buhari wá tí Buhari fi ṣe coup ní 1984. Gbogbo àwọn ọba tí wọ́n upgrade ní Ṣàwó ṣàgbọ́n dárúkọ ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́rin fún yín ní Mòró àti Asa local government. The first thing Buhari tí Buhari kọ́kọ́ ṣe ni pé ó sáré lọ fi military governor síbẹ̀ tó reverse tó make sure pé downgrade àwọn Yorùbá síbẹ̀. Ìgbà yẹn náà ti ń jókòó pé kí náà máa ṣe láti destroy Yorùbá Kogi àti Kwara, Yorùbá Kwara. Ìtàn ṣe wọ́n wá lọ yọ gbogbo Yorùbá nukun Kwara, gbogbo àwọn Okun, all Yorùbá tribe, the Okun people, they removed them from Kwara State and went to go and put them in Kogi, where they became isolated and decimated. Ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín? So ẹ wò nísìnyí kí Èkìtì kí irú Ọ̀yọ́ state kó wá pẹ̀lú Kwara, ká wá gé Ọ̀yọ́ state sí méjì, ká wá fi àwọn Òkè Ògùn ká fi sínú Kwara, ká wá lọ mú Ìbàdàn ká lọ fi sínú Benue. Ṣé àwọn bá ti wíkì wa wọ́n ti destroy wa? In tí àwọn military junta Babangida ló ṣe iṣẹ́ burúkú yẹn against the Yoruba people. Under the military rulership, there is a limit to your power on how you can fight back. Torí ẹ̀ ní tẹ́ ẹ bá ń wò ó, àwọn Fúlàní náà fi ń pariwo, àwọn Igbo náà máa sábà lò fún agenda, I'm sorry, Igbo elite náà máa ń lò fún agenda yẹn. Wọ́n ti ń pariwo coup d'etat, wọ́n ti ń plan coup. Torí coup, with coup d'etat, wọ́n máa reverse gbogbo tí Tinubu ṣe. With coup d'etat, wọ́n lè maintain hegemony wọn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn máa play up the Nigerian patriotism. If you see an average Fulani elite criticizing Buhari, they are criticizing Buhari not because they don't like what Buhari is doing. They criticize Buhari because Buhari rocked the boat. It was during the time of Buhari tó yẹ pé secessionist and self-determination bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní rise. Because into a Buhari for into a share within 20-30 years, Buhari fẹ́ ṣe within 8 years. Which is about domination of Nigeria. Sherry, there is no point hiding things anymore. People are seeing it. But one share power between the north and the south. The Fulani aristocrats, they cannot achieve anything. via that. It's not sustainable. Torí ẹ̀ náà fi fẹ́ lo Islamic nationalism. Bóyá tí a Muslim from the north and a Muslim from the south káwọn ìjọ máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, but with what Tinubu has done, they can no longer play that card anymore because they believe he's not doing what they thought he would be doing, which would have thrown this country into a state of war. So it was under Babangida that the Yoruba of Kogi and Kwara were decimated. Today, Maria and one can see, oh, Kogi is one. Nobody is going to break Kogi. There was nothing called Kogi 35 years ago now. It was Babangida not created now. Babangida there tún ṣe the same tún ṣe another thing. Ó tún break Yoruba kingdom Mujeba. Ó break ẹ̀sìn méjì. Ó fún àwọn Nupeni the other side. So adìẹ làágùn ìyẹn ni òjì àárí àwọn Yorùbá Kogi try, àwọn Yorùbá Kwara àti Kogi try o. Àwọn tó yẹ kó speak for them. Ó ní àwọn Yorùbá nationalists and socio-cultural organizations bí Afẹ́nifẹ́re tí àwọn ọ̀tá wa títí lọ invade láti weekend is the bitter truth, which is why there is TYF tí gbogbo wa fi gbọ́dọ̀ pa ohùn papọ̀ and with other internationalist organizations of Yoruba heritage, where we must make our stand known. The Yorubas of Kogi and Kwara must be brought back to the West unapologetically. Bring our people back to the West. If you can bring 90% of our people back to the West, we are happy. Otitowa, at least that is more than a victory. So, and there are a lot of saboteurs. Àwọn aríjẹnídìí mọ̀dàrú tó wà ní àwọn Yorùbá Kogi àti Kwara, àwọn èèyàn aláwọ̀ èèyàn burúkú yẹn náà lẹ̀ Yorùbá. People that will always use crews because of crumbs, sell their people out to sell slavery because of political power and hegemony. So it is left for us to organize and empower the Awólọ́wọ̀ tó fi kú kò fi àwọn Yorùbá Kogi Kwara Delta tẹ̀dó sílẹ̀. Ó defend wọn tó fi kú ni. So they ìtọ́jú wọn rí ẹ má fi experience ti yín wé àwọn Yorùbá Kogi àti Kwara o. They are seriously humiliated and decimated. Ìsìn ni ojú wa ṣe ń ṣí síbẹ̀. Tí àṣírí ìkà tí àwọn tó ń ṣe fún àwọn Yorùbá Kogi àti Kwara ṣe ń tú. Torí ẹ̀ sì wọn ò ní military, torí ẹ̀ ní democracy is dangerous for feudalists. Democracy is dangerous for feudalists because one way or the other, they will lose power in a country like Nigeria. So that is why I'm telling you, they are looking for coup at all costs. Torí tí ó bá sí coup Buhari 1983-84 ni Yorùbá Kogi àti Kwara would have been liberated. Bá ti rí ṣe. Ṣé bí Mohammed Lawal ló dìde ní 1999 tán pa ní fọnáfọṣù? Wọ́n waste ẹ̀ ní. When he wanted to liberate the Yorubas of Kwara. Ìsìn láṣẹ ní same political leadership ní Kogi state. Ṣebí Dino Melaye ló ń rú ni ló ń represent wọn tẹ́lẹ̀. Now look at the kind of leadership ta níbẹ̀. Ètò àṣẹ ń rebuild ni. So the Yorubas of Kogi and Kwara, they need our prayers, they need our support, they need help. They are trying. We have leaders that Baba Ṣáájú, ẹ lọ kà nípa àwọn Ọláwọyìn. Àwọn yẹn ìgbà tí wọ́n sọ pé Awólọ́wọ̀, wọ́n fẹ́ Awólọ́wọ̀ lọ sẹ́wọ̀n. Àwọn bàbá Ọláwọyìn sọ pé bó Awólọ́wọ̀ ṣe máa lọ sẹ́wọ̀n táwọn ò ní tẹ̀lé. Wọ́n lè sọ fún George, ẹ mọ̀ kulẹ̀ fáwọn, ẹ mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn àwọn gbọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀lé bá Awólọ́wọ̀ lọ sẹ́wọ̀n. Ìwọ sọmọ fà. So wọ́n ti ta ìjẹ́ wọn sílẹ̀ torí Yorùbá Kwara àti Kogi Awólọ́wọ̀ ò fi jẹ́ kí South West tó lọ declare independence because of the Yorubas of Kogi and Kwara because the Southwest, the Western region could have gone in solo and gone ahead and go and become our own independent country. When there was a deadlock as regards to when we were negotiating for Nigerian independence, the 1950s Constitutional Conference, it was Paula Wanyi that was weeping and crying. But you cannot leave us. If you leave us in the northern region, they will annihilate us and they are coming for you. And he was right. So I want to share Kawagirini. We fortify the Southwest and we will fight with all our lives for the liberation of our people in Kwara State and Kogi State using political means. We will organize, we will protest. We are not seceding. Just do border realignment. Kogi South, Kwara South, and Kwara West, Kogi West, and Obodimagongo. Bring it back into the West. Bring a kind of a plebiscite and bring our people back. Now we are politically strong at the center. We can lobby, we can negotiate. It's as simple as that. Kinofe, we can ask about it. The entire southwestern state should ask for what is needed. We have that political clout. So mo fẹ́ choose ọ̀rọ̀ mi ká má bàa ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ sọ. Katsina is one of the original Hausa city-states. Sherry, the way the Connaughts operates, they are ideologically intelligent. They are ideologically in sync. They know what they are talking. They know what they are doing. Our La Montagne, the Connaught knows what it is doing. And what is the Connaught doing? They are making sure that even within Nigeria Federation, their civilization is intact. So Katsina is one of the original Hausa city-states. So they created the state called Katsina in order to be able to keep their structure intact. Now, but there is an agenda. I told you last week, is it last week or 2 weeks ago, I spoke about ethnicities with imperial mindsets. And I said the Fulanis and the Igbos are part of them. The Igbos were not like that before. But from the beginning, emergence of Azikwe, it transformed the Igbos into an imperial ethnicity. And I also said out of the Yoruba Oduduwa stock, the Oyo people, the Benin people, the Ife stock have imperial mindsets, imperial attributes. There's nothing. We are talking sociologically. So you also look. I told you in Germany, in Europe, we have the Germans, the Russians. This, even if you look at the French were not imperial before the emergence. It was after the emergence of Napoleon Bonaparte. It was Napoleon Bonaparte that transformed the French into an imperial ethnic nation. In fact, before the French Revolution, France, as it was a multi-ethnic, multi-linguistic, multi-ethnic country. It was after the revolution that Napoleon Bonaparte emerged, and he was able to use force of arms through war, brute force, and to be able to homogenize France. So the creation of Katsina, that is the reason, that's one of the reasons for historical reasons. The second thing is like saying that now. So the issue of Katsina is like say you have Edda states. So if you look at the southwest, or your state, Ekiti State, and Oyo State and Ekiti State are the only ethnic states that we have in the southwest. Let's also go further. So they created Kaduna State. The Kaduna State they created was that it was no. There's a way the Nigerian military juntas, what they did was they used the American system of redistricting and gerrymandering. Like I said, I've been trying to choose my words, but I'm going to break it down. What they did in the Middle Belt. What they did in the Middle Belt to the people of the Middle Belt was not different from what America did to the black population and the indigenous population in America. So what they did there was they ensured that the black people they were not majority in any states in America. So what black people, if you see most the black people in America, oftentimes they are always producing mayor. So they cannot produce governors because they do not have the population and the demography. In fact, one of the criteria for a state to be created in America must be 60 to 70% white. Many people don't know this. That is why Hawaii is a state in America, but Puerto Rico and Guam is not a state. Ask yourself, why? Puerto Rico is more closer to America than Hawaii. Why is it not a state? Why is Hawaii a state and Puerto Rico not a state? Because Puerto Rico is majority Latino. Guam is majority Polynesians, Melanesians. So, do you look at the work they did, how they broke Oklahoma into pieces? The creation of states like Delaware and others, they made sure that once the white population is 60-70%, they are going to give them a state. So the same thing they did in the Middle Belt. If you go and look at the map of Nigeria, go and look at Gombe, Bauchi, Borno, Adamawa, you are going to see that most of the non-Hausa Fulani region states, enclave, they are contiguous by land. But by machination, by abracadabra of Nigeria under the military, because I'm very, very sure they were, that was what the Arewa nationalists, because most of these northern military generals were Arewa nationalists hiding under Nigerian patriotism, hiding under Nigerian nationalism to do what they did. That's the bitter truth. So they carved, now you look at Southern Gombe, Southern Bauchi, Southern Borno, Southern Kaduna, everywhere is south. Even Southern Taraba, Southern Nasarawa, all these south are places that Usman Dan Fodio did not conquer. So all those south should have Kwara South. Even you have Kogi South, Kogi West, it's always the south. These were places Usman Dan Fodio never conquered, but they used the weaponized politics in Nigeria. That's why anybody telling you not to participate and pay attention to the political process in a country like Nigeria is looking for your extermination. The Fulanis understand this, the Igbos understand this, the ethnic minorities, they understand this. The Yoruba people are the people that do not understand this, and we almost paid dearly for it in Lagos State. That was how Betty Akeredolu almost turned Ondo State into an Igbo state. That's how people like Adeleke emerged in Osun State, because we did not pay attention to our local politics. Now we are paying attention to our local politics. People like Aregbesola can no longer tell us nonsense anymore because we know him for who he is, highly incompetent. And someone that came out and said he supports Sharia law in Yoruba land, that's in a secular country. That's a political Islamist. We don't need you in our politics. So the issue of Kaduna was when they see that people are complaining, they will give them some stipend. They will give them little shock. You know, they will push. That's how the Connaught has been behaving. That's why you cannot meet them halfway. Anybody saying, "Oh, let us meet halfway," because of politics, you are postponing the day of evil. So that's why you see that Benue State, Taraba State, Plateau State, even those states where the indigenous ethnic minority that belong to the Kwarafa Confederacy and the Nok civilization, they are still getting attacked by Fulani militias coming from the northwest. So, because the indigenous people are defenseless, they are defenseless. They don't know how to act. They are impoverished. And many of them are ethnic minorities. They are not like huge nation states like the Yorubas and the Igbos and the Ijaws that can band amongst themselves and fight back and defend their space and dignity and honor within Nigeria. That is why Nigeria should have run an ethno-linguistic federal state. Devolution of power, fiscal federalism. If there was devolution of power and fiscal federalism, there would have been nothing called Niger Delta militants. If there was fiscal federalism and ethno-linguistic federalism, where the people of Benue, where the people of Southern Kaduna, the people of Kwara, Yoruba people of Kwara, Yoruba people of Kogi can defend themselves. There is no Fulani man that will be going around and be kidnapping, exterminating, and erasing our people. It is because this structure of Nigeria makes it easy for the country to be captured. Now, some people are saying, these people are minorities. The Tigray people in Ethiopia were just 5% to 6% of the population of Ethiopia. They formed a militant organization, TPLF. They captured Addis Ababa and they ruled Ethiopia for 30 years. If not that, the entire world joined Ethiopia to annihilate and crush TPLF. Around 2001, 2021, 2021, 2022, 2023, Tigray would have declared independence out of Ethiopia. It was the whole world that crushed them. They were totally surrounded and blockaded just like Biafra. So these people you see as minorities that have been able to organize themselves for the past 200 years, they are the same people creating chaos in Mali, in Burkina Faso, in Central African Republic. They are also part of the problem in Sudan, part of the problem in Chad. They are creating chaos in Guinea-Bissau. They are creating chaos in Guinea, one ethnicity. And they are always saying, "Oh, we are persecuted." That's why we need to ask the Fulani leaders, how are you persecuted in Nigeria? What exactly do you want? You conquered the entire indigenous people in the northwest, took the lands of the Hausa people, and created emirates, killed all their Sarkins, all their governors. You are the ones, all the 7 states in the northwest, it is only Fulani governors. You created close to 2-3 states for yourself. In Jigawa, in Bauchi, in Gombe. Those are Fulani dominated states. You created 3 states for yourself in the northeast. You created, and you are the one ruling the 7 states in the northwest. Almost 10 to 9 governors. And you created Lafia. You took the lands of the indigenous people and created Lafia and made that Lafia the capital of Nasarawa State. You did the same thing in Ilorin. You use political Islam to destroy the Oyo Empire. And you've been able to corner resources when you're just 9 to 10% of the population of Ilorin to turn the 90% of the Yoruba people into serfs. And you're still going about, you've ruled this country perpetually. You're a minority of the minority. Your population might not even be a population of the thief people. And the thief people might not be president of Nigeria for the next 300 to 400 years. But you just finished 8 years. You've ruled this country as a military head of states. You've ruled this country as civilian head of states. Everything you want in Nigeria, you get it. You are co-colonizers with the British in this country under the dual mandate. What exactly do you want in Nigeria? What exactly do you want? You created local government for fun. You've stolen and stolen and stolen. And the next thing, you are still killing and kidnapping and ransom. And some of you are saying, that's why I said this issue, we need to properly ask the right question. We are not asking the right question in Nigeria. This is not a Christian-Muslim problem. It is an ethnic problem. Once you mention, oh, Muslims are bad people, the Fulanis will be, these Fulani supremacists will be very, very happy. I'm not generalizing. You saw people like Senator Shehu Sani also calling Fulanis out. He's Fulani himself. But he's sick and tired of what is going on. It's like saying that because of IPOB, we are not generalizing all Igbos. No. There are some extremist fundamentalist elements in the ranks. Who still believe that they believe in that cause. And they've mastered it. That Nigeria will not be at peace until everybody bow to them. It's an asymmetrical warfare. Tinubu is doing well economically. That's why many of us don't give a damn about economy. Restructure this country. Restructure this damn country. Look at the Southwest Development Commission. Out of the 6 development commission in Nigeria, it is only the Yoruba people that are talking about railway, electricity. The rest, the other commissions, they are busy looting it. But give us a system within Nigeria that will be made so that we are going to be immune to the madness from other places. Some of you are talking about let's break Nigeria. The reason why it is so difficult is that you cannot redraw the map of any African country, any map in the world without the consent of the global powers. Our global power don't draw a map. It is not you Negroes. I'm also a Negro. I'm telling you the truth. You cannot draw map. You don't have power. It is superpowers that can draw maps. Let me tell you countries that can redraw the map of the world. Lower, China, America, France, Britain, at Russia. Those are the country at the United Kingdom, Britain, France, United States, America, at China. Those are the people that can redraw the maps of the world and get away with it. China took half of Mongolia, Mongolia. China took Tibet and got away with it. America broke Colombia into 2 and created Panama because they want to build a canal. America broke Kosovo, took it out of Serbia because they wanted to deal with Serbia and bring Serbia to its knees from being too arrogant. And America said, Kosovo is now hereby declared independence. Many European countries and Western countries did not support America. Later on, they supported America. America came out and said, East Jerusalem and Western Jerusalem, it is now the capital of Israel. Anybody that does not support it, we will deal with you. At the United Nations, almost over 100 countries voted against America. America just vetoed it, one vote. After many 4-5 years, àwọn protest wọ́n pa wọ́n dànù wọ́n waste ẹ̀ dànù. Everybody ti don fall in line sí because America lè change the map. That was what Russia is telling America in Ukraine and Georgia. Russia went into Georgia. When Georgia also was saying they want to go and join NATO, they started becoming anti-Russia. And Georgia is in the sphere of influence of Russia. I mean, Russia went into place, balkanized it, took Abkhazia, South Ossetia, and gave those countries independence. Even though most countries of the world did not recognize it, Russia recognized it. And nobody dare question Russia. Nígbà tí wàhálà yẹn gan fẹ́ pọ̀ jù gan, Russia tún lọ fún àwọn people yẹn ní Russian passport. Tí wọn ò bá gba passport yẹn wá gba Russian passport kẹ́ẹ̀dì travel káàkiri ayé. Russia went into Ukraine, took Luhansk, took Donetsk, took Kherson, took Crimea, Zaporizhia, and were like, oh, it is against international world order. You are invading against the sovereignty of Ukraine, blah, blah, blah. Only because these are there's no sovereignty when superpowers are talking. Many people did not listen. Ukraine, Russia will be defeated. Just be watching. What happened? One Russian saying, we know you've taken 5 regions, 5 oblasts out of Ukraine. Ukraine, stop fighting. Sorry, let us look for peace. That is what the Fulani hegemony and aristocrats want to be doing in Nigeria. They want to be the Russians of Nigeria, and it's not going to happen because the Yoruba people, we are also big boys on this game. In this game, Yoruba people, we have almost 10 states where we have our brothers and sisters. We are majority in 8 states. Minority, indigenous minority in 2, making 10. We are the biggest homogeneous ethnic group in Nigeria. We control the economic power. We have a spread across West Africa. We control the ports. We have the industrial power, the petrochemical power. So we are not going to be doing yes sir for anybody from Sokoto. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. That's why some people are saying, for 2020, for 2027, and we are not going to campaign. We are not campaigning. Tinubu is going to be there till 2031. There's no campaign. He's going to be there till 2031. After then, we can talk. And we are not here to tell you about Tinubu is competent or not. You must talk like somebody that understands the rule of power. Don't talk like slaves. Because your forefathers fought for this country. You fought for the liberation of Nigeria from British colonialists. You fought for the unity of Nigeria in the Biafran Civil War. Your resources, your brains and power is being used to sustain this country. Now, who made you a third-class citizen? We will ask for what belongs to us. And we will tell the Fulani aristocrats, you cannot shield your criminals. There is no single, apart from Shehu Sani, most of the northern elites are making excuses for Fulani terrorists. And you want to come and say, Sunday Igboho, thank God for fundamental leaders like Wole Soyinka and Yoruba Obas that defended and protected Sunday Igboho. Would have been one man, like to crumbs, step at the social media. I've never spoken to Sunday Igboho before. I don't know him, but I will not join you to defame him. It's not going to happen. Everybody, everybody local who protect our money. You are not using your head. lẹ́yìn tó péjọ tó máa yí báńgà báyìí wọ́n àtọ̀ sára ní. I don't need to like him, but you must understand and see what Nigeria is. If there was security in Nigeria, if Nigeria was properly restructured, than state police, why should people like Sunday Igboho be imagining and be running after Fulani bandits in Okiogun? People don't even talk about the killings of scores and hundreds of our people in Okiogun. They don't talk about it. It is the people fighting because they are enslaved, and many of them are sympathizers because they are Islamists. Oh, they are Islamophobe. No, we are not. Many of us are Muslims. No, we know what you guys are doing. We knew how you destroyed your empire. Today, anyway, that is not where we are going today, Sha. So, all bandits of Fulani extraction that are killing Nigerians must be bombed into pieces. If anybody gives them an inch, then we are going to restructure Nigeria. They've killed Nigerian soldiers. They've killed thousands of Nigerian soldiers. So they must pay for it. Should be, in fact, we can form the same economic zone. Same mega city. If you want to form mega city, just join Ogbomoso and Ilorin together. That's how close they are. From Ogbomoso to Shaki, Okeo, you might spend up to 2.5, 3 hours. Keto de Shaki, Keto de Igangan, Keto de gbogbo àwọn extreme here. Kishi is just few distance into the Bariba country. Into the Baribas in Benin Republic and in Kwara North. From Kishi to Ilorin is almost 3 hours. So that means Ilorin is closer to other Yoruba spaces than Kishi in Oyo State. Ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ mi ti ń yé?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
So you now have a problem because places like Ilorin does not have border. Ilorin is not contiguous to any any non-Yoruba enclave. Ilorin ò ní land border pẹ̀lú Nupe. What they call Ilorin, I'm talking about Ilorin West. Ilorin West, Igongongo, and Ilorin South. Even as Atafema claim, kò ń ṣe ara wọn, irọ́ ni. There have been many court rulings. There are court rulings, federal high courts, tí àwọn Yorùbá Moro local government àti Asa local government tán ti gbé Emir Ìlọrin lọ sí court pé àwọn ò sí London Emirates, that everything they are doing is illegal. There are court injunctions. Therefore, we just need the right governors to go and implement. It's the bitter truth. That's why we say there's a lot of injustice within Nigeria. The Yoruba people are being dehumanized. Many Yoruba people don't even know. That's why you can never be. Look, when people are subjugating you, let them know. Don't smile to them. You cannot be smiling to people that are decimating your people. When you keep quiet, your oppressors will think that everything is okay. People will respect you. People respect people, but people that face them and say, you are oppressing my people. Why I'm sorry, why are you want to be doing follow in this way in the face of subjugation? So the Yoruba people of Jeba, Shao, àwọn ni wọ́n wà ní northern Elemere, Bode Sadu, Malete, àwọn ni wọ́n wà ní northern axis. What they are doing is to try and corrupt the Yoruba political traditional system tó wà láwọn ìlú yẹn ká máa fa àwọn agent wọn síbẹ̀ and turn àwọn ọba aládé kan wá sọ wọ́n di Daudu, Magaji. That was how they were treating most of Kwara South. Most of the Kwara South, many of you ń pariwo lónìí yẹn. Àwọn Awólọ́wọ̀ ló ja ogun Kwara South tí a fi make sure pé gbogbo àwọn gómìnà, àwọn Bòlò, àwọn Èkìtì àtàwọn Ọ̀yọ́ tó wà ní Kwara South tó gba political freedom wọn. So why are we calculating? So we are not going to give up on our people on any territory in Moro local government. So ibi tí wàhálà wà nìyẹn, they are a dot in the circle. Dot in the circle ni wọ́n, and they are a minority creating problem for all of us. Bí a ṣe allow àwọn wọ́n ti ní kí n ṣọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ mi. Bí a ṣe allow àwọn kan ní Èkó kan kó bá wa. Àwọn àgbà àyà kan kó bá wa ní láti 2023 ní gbogbo 2000 tí wọ́n àjẹ́ káwọn àjòjì kí wọ́n gba ilẹ̀ Èkó mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Òun náà la ní gbà lọ́rọ̀ Ìlọrin tó bá gbà lájọ fún. Ní problem pẹ̀lú wọn. They are Ìlọrin is Ọ̀yọ́. They can become part of the Southwest. We are all one big family, and they are going to come around and follow up. Ṣùgbọ́n you are not going to say because you want to play the northern hegemony, you are not going to drag Jeba, Shawo into your north. No, it is going to be a fight to finish. It's impossible. I know it's impossible. The Shawo people cannot fight with their like they are possessed. Kẹwàá sọ pé because of that, you now hand over Shawo to them. Shawo people that call office Shawo ni. Shawo people are doing Ìṣẹ̀ṣe now. It's like many people don't know. Many people more geography Ìlọrin. Many people dé Ìlọrin rí. Many people more local politics tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ìlọrin. So you don't know what is happening. What you see, táwọn minority ń ṣe ni pé wọ́n ti corner gbogbo resources àtọwọ́ àwọn náà control politics. That's what they've done. Because we the Yoruba people have not, there it is hypnosis. I'm saying it on here. We have no problem with them. We have no problem with our fellow Yorubas. Ṣùgbọ́n pé gbogbo tẹ̀ ń ṣe yẹn ẹ fẹ́ máa claim not, no problem. Ṣùgbọ́n Ṣàwó, Elémèrè, but they will be defended to the last Yoruba man is alive. So that's it. So wọ́n lè kọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yọ gbogbo Ìlọrin rándù yẹn kán lọ kó dàbí Kaliningrad kán lọ fún wọn ní north. Ṣùgbọ́n kán lọ sọ pé àwọn affiliates pẹ̀lú north or kán fún wọn ní we don't care. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn Ògbódòǹrókò, Gánmọ́, Ládùbá, Ṣàwó, Elémèrè, Màlété, those are Yoruba land and territory. Wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ fáwọn àwọn they are Yoruba làwọn. Within Nigeria or outside Nigeria, they were always determined to be part of Yoruba land. Why do you think ní 1999 kílẹ̀ rò pé níjẹ́ káwọn Yorùbá bá fẹ́ lọ contest fún president ọmọ Yorùbá yẹn máa ń win ní Kwara State? Ṣé rò pé àwọn ìgbín ṣé rò pé ìwé ló ń vote níbẹ̀ yẹn ni? Ìwé ló ń vote now. It is the indigenous Yoruba people that are voting for their Yoruba people in the West. They are very conscious. But like I said, poverty was intentionally weaponized against our people there. There's so many unknown things. 30 mama of poverty. I challenge anybody, go online. Go and search for history of Laduba. It is on gbogbo àwọn ìlú ìṣẹ̀ǹbáyé of your empires. Ife, Owu Kingdom, it has been erased from the internet. You will even see it online. You will even see it. How many people know where there is a Yoruba local government in Kogi Central called Ogorimagongo? When it was until Yoruba people started TYF tablets before any people even knew. So the agenda some these minority troublemakers tó wà ní Ìlọrin is not, they are not interested in becoming North. No. Wọ́n parọ́ ni, wọ́n kàn play Nigerian politics ni. Ìtàn ṣe ni pé kíní madness wọn yẹn, feudalism wọn tó wà ní Ìlọrin yẹn náà fẹ́ spread political Islamism, minority Fulani will be controlling the rest of Yoruba land, is what they still want to do. They still want to, they believe they are the successor to the Oyo Empire. They believe that Oyo Empire, should take over the Hausa city states. They're supposed to take over the Yoruba city states. So what Ibadan did to them was unforgivable. That is why, it was a brilliant move to make Ibadan the capital of the Western region, and a brilliant move to make Ibadan the current capital of the Southwest Development Commission, because that is the base of power. One more way, I want Baba what you wrote, because that was the successor state to the Oyo Empire. Thank you.
Ọjọ́ bá pẹ́ títí ọjọ́ àpín o, bọ́nà bá jìnnà jìnnà àdópin o. Àti sáré àdópin aré, àmàtí jìyà àdópin ìyà o. Àti súnsún àti kan ògiri, ó má di gbẹ̀yìn kọ́ lọ́tẹ̀ ìmọ̀ o, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o.
Ilé òní gbóná kárẹ́nu omi kọ́lé, ayé òní kóró kálọ̀ dífá ọ̀run o. Láyé náà la ó wà, títà ó fi ṣẹ́gun lójú àwọn ọlọ́tẹ̀. Ẹkún akọjá òkùnkùn ajímọ́lẹ̀ fáwa ọmọ Yorùbá, ọjọ́ ayọ̀ súnmọ́lé o.
Ó di láéláé pọ́n gbá, ó mà di láéláé pọ́n gbá. Yorùbá ò ní dọ̀bálẹ̀ ẹ̀fẹ́ nìkan, ó di gbẹ̀yìn kọ́ lọ́tẹ̀ ìmọ̀ o.
Yé ẹ dìde dìde bí ológun, ẹ bá jàgà sílẹ̀ o, ẹ rántí àtọmọdọ́mọ. Kò ní sún wa, kò ní rẹ̀ wá, bá ó fi ṣẹ́gun. Tẹni tó dé ó sàn ju ẹni tirẹ̀ ń bọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ò ní ní dúró. Kẹ́dúró gbọ̀n, kẹ́dúró gbọ̀n, kẹ́dúró gbọ̀n, gbọ̀n, gbọ̀n. Àtùpàgbé oníkànnì o, bí ẹ bá sùn ẹgbẹ́, ọjọ́ ayọ̀ súnmọ́lé o.
Bí a bá kú tí a bá jí, a ó mẹ́ni rè fẹ́ràn ẹni. Ẹni bá ṣàìsàn wò ni yóò lè mọyì àlàáfíà. Bí a bá ṣaláìní ká tó wá ní, a ó mọyì bàbá ń fojoojúmọ́ jẹun ata. Ó dífá fún Yorùbá tí í ṣe ọmọ Odùduwà, bàbá mi òkè gàgàgà tí í ṣe lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ lẹ́yìn aṣòótọ́.
Odùduwà ó pè yín.
Ọ̀yọ́, Ìbàdàn, Oǹdó, Ìjẹ̀ṣà, Ilé Ifẹ̀ o.
Gbọ́ ohùn alóore, Odùduwà ló ń pè.
Àkúrẹ́, Ọ̀wọ̀, Ìkàrẹ́, Ẹ̀yìn Èkìtì, ẹgbóhùn Ìgbé o.
Gbọ́ ohùn alóore, Odùduwà ló ń pè.
Ìbàràpá, Ilé Ẹ̀gbádò, Ẹ̀yìn Ọ̀ṣun, ẹgbóhùn Ìgbé o.
Gbọ́ ohùn alóore, Odùduwà ló ń pè.
Ẹ̀yin Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ Àlárẹ̀ o, ẹ̀yin Ẹ̀gbá ọmọ Lísàbí.
Gbọ́ ohùn alóore,